Hey, let's welcome Kay Hart, ladies and gentlemen.
See you.
I've got to tell them a little bit about you, Kay. Kay is a former president and CEO of Ford Australia and current president of Ford International Markets Group, but is about to take up the new position as general manager of Ford Model E.
I am so pleased to share that in just a few minutes, we'll be revealing for the first time ever the all-new Ford Ranger Super Duty. Now, this is the first time that the Super Duty brand has ever been applied to a vehicle that isn't an F-Series. So it's a vehicle that has been created for some of the toughest customers who have the toughest jobs or want to tackle the greatest adventures. We have listened to what those customers want, they have told us they need, and they cannot find it anywhere else. And this great team right here in Australia has delivered. It is a product that breaks new ground. It builds on Ranger for a whole new customer segment, and it goes on sale in Australia and New Zealand in 2026. But I'm also pleased to announce that it will be sold in Thailand and also through our global fleet sales partners to markets right across Asia and Europe. So today, we begin the next chapter for heavy duty, hard-working, industrial-grade vehicles globally. So let's have a look. I am so proud to introduce the new Ford Ranger Super Duty.
We heard you. You wanted a mid-sized pickup with heavy-duty capability. So we spoke to people with heavy-duty jobs. What do you need? What do you want? For the big jobs, extreme conditions, and wild adventures. Then we built what you asked for. A truck that's factory ready for hard work. One that can tow more, carry more, and do more. Introducing Ranger Super Duty. You told us what you wanted, and we built it. We reworked the Ranger from bumper to bumper to take on heavier loads and deliver class-leading towing. We strengthened the drivetrain and armoured the underbody. We gave it a wider stance and greater range to take you where you want to go. And included as standard those mods you'd otherwise have to wait for, so you can immediately fit it with what you need for the job. We tested it to extremes for durability and strength, and kept the things that make Ranger great. Technology, comfort, and driver assist features packaged in a muscle body that can take the most brutal punches. Ranger Super Duty, the heavy-duty truck for the heavy-duty jobs.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That deserves one more round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Yeah. Mate. Now, those are powerful trucks for hard-working people. Joining me now is Todd Willing, an Aussie, who now heads Ford's global design team, and Jim Bornbeck, who led the development of the Global Ranger project here in Australia and is now Ford's Vice President for Advanced Product Development and Planning. Again, a round of applause. It's the first time we've got a chance to see them. I'm very excited. Well done, mate. Well done, mate. Jim, I'll start with you. What does the name Super Duty mean to Ford?
See, until now, Super Duty has only been part of the F-Series family of Built Ford tough trucks. It's a badge of honor. We don't just put Super Duty on any vehicle. It has to be earned. You only see Super Duty on trucks that do the toughest work in the toughest places on the planet. It's commercial grade. It's consumer friendly. It's designed for purpose and capability. You can almost think of Super Duty as the most capable tool in a customer's toolbox. It all starts with Built Ford tough testing to make sure it can live up to customer expectations. This means more hours testing every single part, extra duty cycles, and durability testing in the most extreme conditions.
Yeah. Now, Todd, as a fellow Aussie, you know we've got a million names for the word tough, but now you've added Super Duty to that list, which ironically was my nickname at high school, but that's all right. What inspired Ford to design a Ranger Super Duty?
Well, Shane, it really comes from observing truck customers, especially those true super users. That always informs our designs. Actually, the early insight for this project came from meeting with fleet managers, and that really highlighted that there was a gap in the market. Our teams met with over 50 companies and public services, really understanding their needs, spending time to arrive at deep insights, and really, essentially living the life of our customers. So in a sense, our team became commercial truck anthropologists. We saw an opportunity to design a vehicle that bridged the gap between what was currently available and really what people were looking and asking for. So it's a vehicle that is the epitome of Built Ford tough, function-led design, and it really does what it says on the tin. It's a truck that has all the safety and comfort that customers love with Ranger while stepping up the game. It telegraphs elevated purpose and capability in the design.
And Jim, what kind of industries did you consider when creating this? I mean, it really is an all-new vehicle, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is tip to tail. We look for the toughest vocational jobs: mining, forestry, emergency services, energy services, anything you could really find. We did ride-alongs with customers. We studied how they use their trucks, how they hacked them to actually meet their needs. And we saw tons of ways to improve the way that they do their work. So we needed a truck, and they needed a truck that could more easily be customized specific to their job requirements. A truck that could carry more, tow more, and do more in the most challenging places. This is not just a Ranger. This is a purpose-built vehicle straight from the factory. This is not an upfit or somebody other modifying someone's truck. This is right from the factory.
How many Portaloos do you reckon it could tow? Just out of interest. What, 6, 8?
Plenty.
That's a big payload. Sorry, that was my bad. Todd, what are we looking at here? Tell us what we've got here in front of our very eyes here today.
Well, beside us we've got 3 of the body styles that you find in the Ranger Super Duty. So over here we've got the Super Cab chassis, and it's upfitted for agriculture and farming needs, like towing a 3-ton tractor, as you can see there, on a 1-ton trailer, and there's still heaps of payload left for hay in the tray. And over here we've got the hard-working single cab chassis, which we've upfitted for emergency or forestry needs, and it's got a 1,000-litre water tank mounted in the back. And then finally, just further over to the right there, we can see the style side box, double cab, and it's available later in 26, and it's fantastic for tourers and overlanders. So it's got the strength to tow a 4-ton caravan all the way to the depths of the outback.
Room for more hay in the tray. I've got to see that on a brochure. That sounds great. So, Jim, what does all this capability mean for the customer?
It's pretty simple. This added capability can fuel someone's business, but actually it could help save lives. Just think of what it would mean to a firefighting team to carry 1,000 liters of water to hard-to-reach places and allowing them to more efficiently fight fires. With a completely all-new suspension, the Ranger Super Duty has a gross vehicle mass of 4.5 tons. That mass means more water, more emergency equipment, more time on the job to get the job done. We also made sure that it could tow 4.5 tons, which means you can safely haul equipment like these trailers are showing today. And 8 tons of combined gross mass means that the Ranger Super Duty has extreme capability to both haul and carry heavy loads at the same time. Add to that a 130-liter long-range fuel tank, and this means that the Ranger Super Duty can take all this gear further to where it's needed the most.
And just to think that me and my mates now can tow a caravan to a campsite and one of our other mates can turn up with 1,000 litres of beer, that excites me. Excites me a lot. Todd, what was your toughest design challenge?
Well, Shane, we know Ranger's obviously a great base to work with, but the Super Duty name really comes with an even higher level of expectation of capability. So it's essential that the design gives you that at-a-glance confidence that it can do more. And we've made extensive changes, always with a focus on being more capable. So the first thing you'll notice is the stance. It's got wider track, bigger tyres, a higher breakover, really to get you through and over much tougher terrain. And then you'll notice our mark of capability, and that's the Super Duty stamped in the hood there. Another signal of additional capability is the taller wing mirrors, and that's really to make sure that you can have a clear view of what's trailering behind you. So inside it has the comfort, safety, and the driver assistance technology that you'd expect from a Ranger.
Yeah, I thought the rest of the Ranger lineup was tough, but this takes it to a whole new dimension, doesn't it? A whole new level. I've got to ask, is there much change between them?
Totally. There's actually more than 100 design and feature differences between the current Ranger lineup and the Ranger Super Duty. I personally believe it's the most badass Ranger that we offer to date. It's pure peak Ranger.
So badass, is that going to be on a brochure?
Well, we'll ask.
Badass with more room for hay in the tray. It's writing itself right in front of us.
Yeah.
All those changes add up to an undeniable presence as they sit here today. So, Jim, do you think the world is ready for the Ranger Super Duty?
It is. We've been thinking about this opportunity way back to when we reinvented Ranger in 2012. But it really actually goes back further than that when Louis Bant created the first U. Australia needed a vehicle like that at that time, and those needs have only become much more demanding in our current environment. So we're taking the Ranger and making it even better, tougher, more productive. Ranger is the world's second best-selling global midsize pickup. And make no mistake, we got our sights set on number 1. So we're raising the bar with the Ranger Super Duty.
Well, it's fantastic to have you here. It's amazing to have the cars here. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen, for Jim and Todd. Thank you so much. Well done, mate. Well done. It's great. Well done, mate. Fantastic. Well, let's bring out a couple of hardworking Aussies who led this project right here in Melbourne, Australia. Ford, IMG and China Design Director Max Wolf and Chief Program Engineer Dave Byrne. Here they are. Hello, mate.
Right, Shane. Good to see you, mate. Hey, Shane.
So, Max, we'll start with you, mate. One of the things that strikes me is this is a tough vehicle that doesn't seem to compromise on safety and comfort. How did you strike that balance?
That no compromise spirit is what really animated Ranger back in 2010 or 2012, and that's what we're doing now for the heavy-duty commercial market with Ranger Super Duty. Every part of the design is purpose-driven, from the steel or alloy wheels to the larger squared-off over fenders that provide clearance and protection in harsh conditions. And it's got a higher ground clearance and, of course, the frame-mounted steel bumper. And we partnered with the best in the business, like Safari for the snorkel and ARB for the optional front bar. And the dark gridded mesh grille not only looks the business, but is designed for increased airflow and therefore cooling.
They do look tough, and that is important when a bloke's walking into a dealership. Dave, so how do these design elements contribute to the performance of the car?
Yeah, well, they're not just aesthetic. So the increased airflow from the grille really helps to feed the unique cooling system. That keeps things cool under pressure when the thing's off-roading and under significant load. Under that sculpted bonnet, we've got a 3-litre turbo diesel V6, and that's got a unique calibration associated with it. And then everything from the fuel tank to the transmission to the new heavy-duty transfer case is protected with high-strength steel bash plates, straight from the factory.
So, Max, we know Ranger is Australia's favourite truck. That's been established here. How did you design Ranger Super Duty to be the world's heavy work truck?
It was proudly designed and engineered here in Australia. Many of the team who are here today, and also colleagues from across IMG. And we did all sorts of things. We designed the bed with a heavy-duty steel tray to handle the rough treatment. We spoke with heavy-duty fleet operators who told us that they wanted a turnkey solution that meant that they could sidestep the difficulty and expense of aftermarket modifications. And we found that the overwhelming majority of work truck customers are looking for the cab chassis. And in this market, driver assistance technology isn't that common. So we designed the driver assistance technology bar at the rear to ensure that cab chassis customers retain these vital features even when customising their trucks. Plus, we learned from observing customers in the wild and saw that they had created their own hacks to customise their experience with extra screens and devices. And that led us to produce innovations like the integrated device mounting system. It's bolted directly to the vehicle, providing a sturdy place to mount technology like a 4-kilo laptop, for example. And the front-end architecture is designed for easy installation of aftermarket accessories, including lighting systems like you see here, bull bars and winches. This gives our customers the opportunity to customise without losing the technology, comfort and safety that Ranger is known for.
We do love to Frankenstein our vehicles here, but it sounds like you've done all the hard work. Now, Dave, so Ranger Super Duty can carry and tow incredibly heavy loads, as we're seeing here, like as was said in that video. It's 3.5 tonne tractor and a 1 tonne trailer.
And hay in the tray.
And I just wanted to keep saying it. So tell us about the strengths to get it done.
Yeah, well, simplistically, Ranger Super Duty can tow more, carry more and do more. So importantly, with an 8-tonne combined vehicle mass, it can do both towing and carrying load at the same time. That's a really unique thing. So to achieve this, we strengthened the chassis. So we added strength, we added new suspension, we added new front and rear axles, 8-bolt wheel hubs and some thicker studs. We gave it a heavy-duty front and rear locking differential with a heavy-duty driveline and a unique transfer case as well. And then for the first time, if we talk about features, first time on a Ranger, Ford's onboard scales. So that can help customers estimate their payload really easily via the sync screen. Another first for the Ranger is Smart Hitch, which helps customers monitor the weight of their vehicle's tow ball when they're towing and adjust the trailer load for optimal distribution. And then finally, Ranger Super Duty brings Ford's Pro Trailer Backup Assist technology to the heavy-duty segment. So if I look at it overall, this is all about extending the power and the capability of hardworking people with the safety, comfort and technology features that the Ranger is renowned for, all to the heavy-duty segment.
And you said thicker studs.
8 of them.
Such a coincidence. That was also my nickname at high school, the thicker stud. You've definitely delivered on a heavy-duty truck that can tow more, carry more and do more. Max, how will it feel to see Ranger Super Duty out on the job for real, out on the roads with your own naked eye, so to speak, for the first time in real practice?
It'll feel fantastic. And it'll feel great knowing that we've helped give people a dependable partner to get the job done. A true no excuses truck, so our customers don't have to compromise on all they do for their customers. And Ranger Super Duty looks fantastic and has a great presence here on stage, but it'll look even better at the mine, in the forest or on the job site.
And in the campsite with that 1,000 litres of beer. Guys, incredible work on the all-new Ranger Super Duty coming out next year.